Okay. Okay. Perfect. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon from Germany, where I'm located right now, and greetings of the day to each one joining us from different parts of the world. We welcome you to the webinar series, Career Talks, Navigating the Path of Waste Entrepreneurs, an online session with accomplished waste entrepreneurs who will share their career paths, offer you a valuable advice, and address questions from aspiring young professionals like you. My name is Pratishtha Shrestha, Vice Chair of the Career Development Working Group of YPG ISWA, and I'm delighted to be your moderator for today's insightful discussion on career development and growth. But before diving into our exciting content that we have for today, let's go through some session protocol. Please ensure that the internet connection is stable on your side and you can hear and see us. If there is any technical glitch from our side or from our speaker end, we will try to resolve it as soon as possible. So we request your patience in such case. We have a very visionary and motivating speakers for today. But before the introduction, please take a moment to introduce yourself in the chat, as it always feels great to connect with like-minded people, and let us know who you are, where are you joining us from. Also, you can share your LinkedIn ID for networking, because network and relationships are a very powerful asset in this world, through which we can definitely bring a tremendous positive impact. I have to quickly check mine, but until then, I will also like to request everyone to make this session very interactive. I request everyone to have your question posted on the chat box, your thoughts, your comments, everything, and we'll do our best to address everything as soon as possible. And also, okay, let me share it in the chat first. First thing first. Okay, here goes my profile, and hope to stay connected with you all. And before moving ahead with our speaker segment, I would also like to briefly talk about what YPG ISWA is and its career development working group. For already who are aware of it, well and good, but for the new audience, the ISWA, which stands for International Solid Waste Association, has a young professional group comprised of members below 35 years old, with a shared passion for solid waste management, knowledge sharing, collaboration, and innovation, and also supporting our vision that is an earth where no waste exists. Under it, there are different working groups, and such as career development group, where we organize various programs with a mission to support YPZ members in their career paths. So for more information on other groups and also on career development working group, please check our website and follow us on LinkedIn. So without further ado, let me introduce our speaker for the second Career Talk webinar series, which I'm very excited about. So the chapter 2, which is Sustainable Success, Tech Pros, Roadmap to Environmental Leadership. Our speaker, Mr. Ali Ahmed Sahi, the visionary CEO of WeClean Private Limited, is an IT professional turned passionate environmental champion, I would say. Concerned about the impact of anthropogenic activities in his country, he decided to integrate the technology, environmental stewardship, and business acumen to revolutionize the discarded material that is there in Islamabad, Pakistan, into valuable resources. Presently, he is managing a software house and also WeClean Private Limited. But let's talk about WeClean Private Limited, a firm located in Islamabad, Pakistan, with a mission to conserve resources efficiently, reintegrating used material back into the economy. Welcome, Mr. Shahi. We are delighted to have you as a speaker and mentor for the Career Talk today, and the platform is all yours.
Well, thank you so much, Pratishtha. That was one hell of an introduction. You said too much. Yeah. So, As Pratibha told me, I am Ali Ahmed Sahi, based in Islamabad, Pakistan. So I do things for now. By first of all, I am an IT professional. I started my degree was bachelor's in computer science, and right after it, back in 2014, I started doing IT and further moved ahead. So first of all, let's share my screen, and I can start presenting my work and tell you further about it. So let me know when you guys can see it first.
Yeah, we can see it. Shasai. Yeah.
So the story entering the green frontier. So how it happened. So to me, it's a simple love story, the love for the mother nature. So since I was little, I live in Pakistan, and in Islamabad, Pakistan, and we have these streams nearby. We have mountains here, and I keep going to these places for adventure, for the peace time, and it was my holiday time, or whenever I'm free, I go there. So I started doing IT back in 2014. Whenever I was tired from IT work, the coding work sometimes gets on your mind, on your head, and you want to run away from it and steam off your mind. So the nature was there. The nature was always there for me. The mountains. I sometimes I used to go on bicycle, maybe on car, even bike. So I always used to come back with a fresh mind. So it was kind of a therapy for me. So, but I felt like that it was kind of a one-way love. Nature was giving me a lot, but I was not giving something or anything back to the nature. So I decided I should be doing something. So I started off with photography. I used to take pictures and post it. I also tried writing about it, but it was never enough. I thought I should be doing something more. So later I started my master's in project management so that I can manage projects, my IT firm in a better way. So fast forward 1 year to my thesis, and I wanted to do a thesis on entrepreneurship and something like that. So my professor, Dr. Manohar Nas Khokar, and he was part of ISWA groups as well. So he was into waste management, and I had up till then I had no idea about that I can do business in waste as well. So while doing the thesis, he added me to this group ISWA. He introduced me to the members of ISWA. I had a couple of chats with Maria, Shiza, and all rest of the members. I got to learn about how this thing is going, how we can do stuff. So in order to do that, I had to further dig into how things are going on in the local market, and I had to do several interviews and meetings, and just just like a normal thesis, you have to do stuff. So while doing that, I thought, okay, this is something that I can give back to the nature that I love so much. So I went ahead and pitched the idea to a local housing society community or something like that. They had around 3,000 homes. So I presented this idea of circular economy there, that whatever waste you have there, that and we can collect it and we can segregate it, and uh, we will create compost from the organic material. We will use the recyclables, whatever we have, and the only 10 to 20 to 15% will go to the reject waste. So they liked the idea, and I think it was a beginner's luck or something like that. I got the contract. So of course I couldn't do it alone. I was an IT professional. I had no idea how to manage all those people and all. So I have a local mentor named Hamid Saab, Mr. Hamidullah. He's a founder of eGuard, so he helped me a lot uh, building the team. I had to go door to door to find resources who were working in this field and the related people. So I had to arrange all the vehicles and see how to segregate stuff. I used to go street to street to collect waste, and it was quite interesting. It was difficult but interesting. So it's a simple love story that the points or the nature streams I used to visit as a child. When I grew up, they were turned into landfills. They were So I thought I had to do something for them. So this is just a small effort for the nature that I'm trying to do. So why I am focusing on love for the people who are here to understand the business and jump into it, why they should start the business. There's this quote by Steve Jobs, and he says that if you don't love it, you are going to fail. The reason is that when you should never start a company to get rich. Your goal should be making something you believe in, making a company. The reason is that when you start a company just for the money, and when the tides are tough and you get into difficult times, so you start panicking, and eventually you leave the job. So this happens a lot more times. And when you love something, really love something, I think it never goes away. So, small introduction of my company. WeClean was founded in 2018 and built on the model of Integrated Resource Recovery Center, IRRC. We use low-cost technologies, almost nothing fancy there. We simply collect waste. We collaborate with different industries, and we distribute the relevant stuff to the relevant industries. So it's a simple approach. So these are the operations that our company is currently doing. We collect waste from housing societies, hotels, and commercial areas, and furthermore, we do sweeping as well. We process the waste. We dispose of the discarded waste. We do further R&D. We keep on doing R&D on how can we further enhance our processes and further increase our potential for the company. We do community awareness so that people get aware. We are looking to start awareness for tubing system, do not throw trash on the streets, how can they further manage their waste on household level. So breaking down barriers. So composting is a simple economical management-based fractions where we do is that we segregate the organic waste and turn it into compost. The process is divided into these simple 8 steps. First of all, you weight it, you sort it, you put it into the composting bins, you mix it out, you let it mature, then you further screen it that it is okay for, and there are no hazard material in it. We pack it and we sell it. So it's a simple process, nothing fancy there. No machines are involved in it. It takes around 45 days process to do all those things, and it's done. These are some simple snapshots of how we weight our waste. Sorting, you can in these images you can see that our team is from sorting to composting. They are doing it. We have created these. If you can see, look into the images. We have created these pits, 10 by 15 or something like that, and we put our organic waste there. We keep on shuffling it, and sometimes it takes 40 days, sometimes it takes 50 days. So depending on the weather, we can get the compost from it. So in the bottom screenshot, as you can see that in here in Pakistan, we have around 60% of the organic waste that was mostly going to the landfill. So because it is not a sellable item, because we have an informal sector here, so they collect the recyclables and they leave the organic waste because it is of no use to them. So it was going to landfill, and we saw that opportunity and we converted into compost, and we also called it like gold for the soil. We further sort it out and crush it, we mix it out, we let it mature. In the end, we screen it and we trash it and bag it, and they go straight to the nurseries. As I said, that it's a collaborative approach. We keep on collaborating with different nurseries and they buy compost from us. So another interesting thing is that the organic material leaves this liquid we call leachate. So we have this we have this tank where where we collect all the leachate, and we sometimes even spray it on the organic waste so that it decomposes a lot faster. So it helps. So following are the waste fractions use that we use for the composting, that green vegetables, fruit, vegetable peels, leftovers. We can use eggshell, we can use tea bags, coffee beans, and nutshells. So this is another interesting thing. So what happened was that we got in contact with a hotel, a big hotel, big five-star hotel here in Islamabad. So they have events and they have a lot of food waste, a lot of cooked food waste. We have meat in it, we have fish in it, and we had no option other than to throw it in the landfill because we cannot create compost from that material. So we thought we had to do something for it. For that, we contacted with this CDRS. It is an INGO working for the stray dogs and injured dogs, animals. So we contacted them and we thought, why not why not kill two problems with one solution? We will not have to throw the cooked food to the landfill. Instead, we can clean it and feed it to the dogs. So we contacted several animal shelter here, but CDRS was closer to our facility and there was less transportation involved, less carbon emission there. So thought it was our best choice. So what we give to them is that we hand over cooked meat, we hand over raw meat, we hand over rice to them, wheat products and dairy products. So here is an image from the leftover food from the hotel, leftover meat from the hotel. Sometimes you can see that there's chicken, there's fish, and these are some rich nutrient food for the stray dogs. And as you can see that they seem to be liking it a lot, the stray dogs there. So this another project. Again, the hotel we were working on, they had this leftover cooking oil, and we had no idea what to do with it. Again, we contacted different organizations, different academia. So we contacted the Islamic International University of Islamabad here, and we had Professor Dr. Nadeem there. So he thought that we can convert this waste cooking oil into biodiesel. And we also pitched this idea to ISWA, and ISWA helped us a lot financially as well to set up this basic plant where we can convert the waste cooking oil into biodiesel. So current scenario is that the rising fuel prices are rising across the globe, and it's a huge problem. The normal fuel burns and it's dangerous for the environment, and the biodiesel the biodiesel produced from the waste cooking oil is much better compared to the normal fuel. So these are some advantages of the biodiesel. It's renewable, reduces the greenhouse gases by 78% compared to the normal fractions. The good thing is that we also tested it out with the local tractors, I would say, that they use in the farms. And it improves the lubricity of the engine and it increased the engine life. So it was really good, and we got some really good reviews back. So it causes far less damage than petroleum diesel if spilled or released to the environment, less combustible and safe. So here is this, I would say, the last thing I would focus on, I think the balancing the impact of income in this particular waste industry. So here it is. So you may ask this question, why you are working on IT as well. You sometimes act as a photographer, sometimes you are waste entrepreneur. So why are you doing this? So it's a simple thing for me. As you can say that jack of all trades is a master of none. But if you look closely to the code and you read the full code, but oftentimes better than master of none. So this is what I am trying to do. Uh, when I'm working on IT, I get tired, I need a break. I start working on WeClean and the waste management. And when I'm tired for WeClean, I pick up my camera, I go to the nature and take pictures. I come back to IT, and it's a good circle as far as my mental health is concerned. So I feel like I'm on holiday every day. So I enjoy the work and it feels really good. As far as finance is concerned, it really helps financially as well because talking about challenges, it's not all sunshine and sunny days. As far as waste management business is concerned, you have a lot of political problems. Your payments gets delayed. Your contracts gets cancelled on the go. Uh, I can give an example that I had this contract, and because of some political reasons, my invoices were not clear for 6 months, but I had to pay the salaries to the employees. I may have mentioned earlier, but I have around 40 to 50 employees that I have to pay salaries. So if I'm not getting invoices and I am reliant on only one business, I will not be able to sustain it here. So I fetch funding from my IT income and apply it there on WeClean. So it worked. It worked perfectly for me so that when I get invoices from the WeClean, it helped a lot. So merging fields and creating unique outcomes. So as an IT professional, it also helped me to take this waste business into IT as well. So currently, for example, I am working on this carbon emission calculation platform. It's in early stages, but the goal is that you will be able to calculate the carbon emissions, maybe even in future do the carbon offsetting and give the carbon credits to the companies locally here. So it's a huge plan for now, but it is still in the beginning stage. So that was a small introduction, and that's it from my side. So do you have any questions? Please
Wow.
go ahead.
Thank you so much, Mr. Shai, for your presentation. I must say, like, your dedication has been like a commendable thing for the environmental sustainability as you're doing in solid waste management right now. And now I feel like I'm taking a moment, and I also like to request people to take a moment to reflect on the works that WeClean have been done and the areas where the ideas can come out. Like, there are so many areas that we just look and we see some opportunities or some problems, and where we develop the idea from that. And the idea of transforming what one person waste is into a valuable resources for the other person is very powerful concept. And I hope that we, as everyone joining us here, participants, and also the one who will be viewing this video, will think about these opportunity in their locality and to turn these opportunity into the ideas and the ventures that they take it forward. So I before going into, I have a quick question for you. Can you give us an idea, because we will be taking some questions from the participants as well. But I wanted to know, like, because you talk about when you started, you had a survey done with 3,000 household, if the number is correct. What was the situation back then, and after the intervention of your project into the locality, how the things have changed, how the perception of the people have changed in these areas? It would be really nice to know.
Yeah. So when I started working, the previous step is simple. There is this informal sector. They collect waste and normally throw it wherever they want because we have no laws here. They will throw it to a nearby stream, nearby empty place or something like that. They will just throw it away. So, and even the collection mechanism was not good. There was informal sector. There was this one family. There was child labor there as well. So they were using child to collect the waste, and they were doing it like that. So with the introduction of WeClean, the someone educated coming to their door to collect the waste, and telling them or asking what their problems are, scheduling the proper scheduling of time, so they can dispose of their waste. So it was, and most of all, we created this IRC in that region, in that area, nearby the society. So that's another interesting thing, is that we don't have to collect waste and throw it far away from the city. So it's adjacent to these 3,000 homes. We bring all the waste there, and we are creating compost there. So it was quite good. Even that it is a cooperative society, I would say. They have the normal elections, democracy, something of like that. So what they do now is that when they are running the campaign, they give example of our company that, okay, we manage waste like this. We will be managing other stuff like this. So it was really, they really liked it. The management and the people really liked it.
Good to know about it. We have a question from Aprilia. So she says, like, thank you for the insightful presentation. Ali, may I know what is your biggest challenge and how you overcame it from academic field into this business? It's kind of like challenging perspective, right? So she asks.
Yeah. So the biggest challenge, first of all, was this taboo that you are going to be collecting waste. You are IT professional. You can be, you can wear a good suit and work in an air-conditioned office. Why would you do such a job here? So that was one of the biggest problem for me. As I started working on it, it went away. The second major problem was politics and making this project sustainable. It is still a huge problem for me to make this project sustainable. So as I said in the last wording, that I am a jack of all trades. So I earn money from other projects and apply it here when I don't have it. Eventually I get money back from WeClean, but I have to do this. So it's a huge challenge to manage the funds to keep this thing running. Uh, in the beginning, team building was a problem as well, but in a year or so, it was solved. Like I hired several managers there, and it worked out. So these are some of the problems I faced.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ali. I want to have a question in addition to that. For instance, you talked about the sustainability of the business, and you're still struggling with it. And you also mentioned that merging like two profession into one for the sustainability of both is required in your case. Like, did you start your business in a terms of, okay, is there a market there for because you're generating compost out of this? Like, how is the market in your locality, or I would say Islamabad? And is there any future perspective of like increasing, growing these market, and also the product cost, or any plans on creating a sustainable business in the future for you?
Yeah. I can do this project as a sole business as well. It is sustainable. Because what happened here locally is that people pay money to collect their waste. They have this small monthly amount. This is where my business stands on. I get a monthly bill from the society, so to collect the waste. So this is where, and it is quite sustainable. It is quite profitable as well. So and you can earn a good income from it, and for yourself and or for all your team members. But the problem again is that because it's a lot of people are involved there, it's politics. If there are some other societies, this might not be the case for other people working here. They may be getting invoices, they may be getting payments on time, but this was my personal experience. This happened to my one of the other company here, is that for 6-7 months their invoices were pending, and the project closed, and you have the bankruptcy there because you already paid the amount. So in my case, luckily, it's not happened yet, but it's going good. It's going good.
Thank you so much for sharing that. Anyone, okay, hello, Miss Ania. Good to see you today.
Hi, everyone. So thanks a lot for the nice and informative presentation. I have a little bit tricky question. So how did you mention that when you wanted to do one of your projects, ISWA help you? So I wanted to ask you, how did networking, how did your connection help you through your project to help you to motivate you to put your ideas into a project and make it happen?
So I mentioned in the presentation about my professor, Dr. Manavar Naskokar. He's doing PhD in waste management in the environmental sciences. So he was already part of ISWA group here in Pakistan. So he was my supervisor, and he shared with me a lot of research papers on circular economy and zero waste. And he asked me to interview people from ISPA and get information from them. What is circular economy? What can you do? For the very first time, I heard terms like composting and waste collection in the ISPA members from the ISWA members. So it was like this. Furthermore, I also interviewed the local companies here. Luckily for me, there was one company locally here who was doing all this process already. He was doing, they were doing composting, they were doing collection. So I think it's a quite beautiful thing that they help me a lot. And he's my partner, currently partner in my business as well. So I'm not doing it solely, not alone. Not alone. It says WeClean. I'm not doing anything alone. It's a group of people working together to create this beautiful work. So they helped me a lot. They helped me build a team, and in the end, it all worked out somehow. I still say that it was a beginner's luck, I would say. I was lucky enough. It was a love story, maybe. The nature wanted me to do this.
Thank you so much, Ms. Anya. That was really a good question, actually, because networking is, as I said before earlier in the start of the webinar, like it is very powerful asset. Like as we know people around the globe, even with the ISWA platform that we have, like it's so amazing. Like people from around the globe are coming together, like sharing ideas. And also in regards to the webinar today, like we are listening to a story from Islamabad, Pakistan, like, you know, how Mr. Ali is managing all of this. It's really great to also know, Mr. Ali, that you are like involving a lot of stakeholders, as in when you were presenting, you also shared that coming from an IT background, you were not aware of so many things out there in the soil, because sometimes we just see waste as waste and we don't see a resource out of it. And you also shared that you went to a lot of researcher, like in the university, like talked to a lot of people. Like what would you suggest to all the participants that are listening today, like about like having all this networking, how these stakeholders play a role in developing any business venture out there? Like that would be really great if you share some insights on that.
So having worked for 4 years, now I see that, and previously I used to see waste as a whole. Now I see it at a micro level. We have plastic, we have paper, we have Tetra Packs, we have sanitary stuff. So anybody can pick one material, let's say plastic or paper, try recycling it and produce products from it. Like I have a query right now from a five-star hotel. So they want to convert their paper into their annual diaries from the recycled material. So any company, any startup doing just this simple thing, that fetching, getting paper from the market and creating books from it, something like that. Uh, Same goes for the plastic, because as you see that a lot of companies, a lot of restaurants, they want to go net zero by 2030 or 2040. They have their goals. So they also want products from their waste. They are not looking after companies who are just uh, burning it out or just throwing it in the landfill. They, because they get points and their company gets more valued. So I'm hitting that specific point. Again, this thing happened here as well. When I got the contract, it was a law by the local government here that every housing society should be managing waste on its own, and they should not be throwing the waste out of their society. So you can pick a small fraction from the waste and create a business out of it. And now as I'm an IT professional as well, we have, as I mentioned, that you can create a simple carbon calculator, carbon reduction strategies, and maybe in the future work with carbon credits. So there are a lot of tons of things that you can do.
Mm. Uh, Thank you so much for addressing that question. Okay, we have two hands raising right now. I think I saw Atiya's first, so I will go with Atiya's question first and then Dennis. I hope that's fine. Yeah, you can open your mic and
Hello. Yes. Thank you so much for your presentation. It was lovely hearing your journey. I had two short questions. One, because at the moment that I heard the whole presentation, it was more on the bio waste from the society, that the contracts that you had. What about the rest of the waste that's going on? And do you think in the community or the societal level, uh, can there be education? Because I'm from Pakistan and there's nothing like that. That we say the segregation within the home. Will it work for the awareness
Yeah.
that we can create?
Yeah.
And thirdly, it was really good to know that okay, government is taking initiative, that they are saying that the society has to handle their own waste and it doesn't go outside. Yes, there are few initiatives in Pakistan for the circularity and dealing with the waste themselves. What does government give solutions as well, or they just give orders that this is what they're supposed to do? And as you being in the business of waste management, how much help as a stakeholder from government was you provided with? Uh, and what, as an entrepreneur, you would want government to help you out in?
Yeah. So a lot of interesting questions, Atya. Thanks for that. I would answer them in reverse order. The help from the government, I think uh, it won't be fair to expect so much from the government, because the government has already a lot of things in the plate. They have health problems and a lot of problems in this particular region. The governments are going away. They have to save themselves. So this waste business is quite in the low priority. They do care about the environment. They are doing the billion trees tsunami. They are planting a lot of trees, but waste is not on high priority there. But they do help out in some cases. What I would like from the government is that I discussed it a lot with a lot of companies here as well, to reduce the taxes on giving the services of environmental services. So that would really help out if the international international forums and companies could write to the government's officials, that because the problem here is that we are competing with the informal sector. Unlike the developed countries, we are competing with the informal sector in the waste management. So they have one family may have 10 members, the children as well. They are not doing it. They are just throwing the waste away. So for them, it will be like 50 cents, and for us, it will be like 100 cents for doing the same thing in a right way. So if the government can give us benefit on the taxes, it can really help us out. Your second question, if I'm not wrong, was that how are we handling the recyclables or the rest of the waste? And as I mentioned, only the organic waste fractions. So here in Pakistan, you might know that if you leave your bin outside, the recyclables will go will vanish themselves. They will go away because they go to the relevant industries. People pick it up, they sell it because plastic is sellable, the steel is sellable, the tins are sellable. So we have industries, a lot of industries who are doing the recycling for them. So we just give those materials to those relevant industries, because there were no industries in the organic waste fractions. And as I mentioned, that there were no specific industries in the waste cooking oil. So currently we are handling those things. Any other question that I missed?
No, I guess you did answer all. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Atiya, for your question. And we have Danish, if I pronounce it correct. You raised your hand. Yeah, the floor is yours.
Huh?
The floor is yours. You can ask your question.
Thank you. So thank you so much for your presentation. My name is Dennis Uyat, and I'm currently based in Istanbul, Turkey. And I was curious to learn more about your work with the informal sector, particularly how do you go, how do you learn about, well, how do you work with them and what do they do with the materials that they're separating?
Yeah. So this is a really interesting question. The first day I started working there, I had a fight with this informal sector because it was their territory and I was collecting waste from them. I kind of had a fight with them. But what I did that I hired those same people to work for me. I told them that, okay, I don't want your recyclables. I don't want to, I'm giving you a place. I will bring all the waste to you. You can segregate it. You can get all the materials from it, whatever you need. And I'm giving you clothes, I'm giving you gloves, I'm giving you jackets to work with. And you don't have to go street to street to collect the waste. I'm giving you opportunity. This is why I got the team as well. So I joined hand with them and use the same manpower to help me out on this business. And if the picture you are seeing, these were the same people uh, working with torn shoes and torn jackets. Now they have the clean hat and clean things, and they are respectable people. When they see them, they are respected as well. So it really helped out. As far as you said, what do they do with them? Again, they sell. Let's say that the plastic bottle is worth, for example, 10 cents. They collect the bottles and sell it to a relevant person. So most of the times they are doing that. They collect the materials and they sell it to the relevant industries. They are in here. We have these small shops. I would say they people collect waste, collect these materials, and get money from it.
Thank you so much, Danish, for your question. I hope he addressed your curiosity. And also, we have a few questions on our chat. We have a question for Mark. So he says, like, have you thought about creating an app for your customers to schedule collection of waste, which is like an addition to what Dennis asked, I would say, because like integrating informal sector, which is very important, and then now scheduling the collection of the waste, which is one of the challenge, I would say. Like, so how have you thought about like to schedule or to like optimize the scheduling of the waste collection in itself?
Yeah, we are already using one for the internal use, but it's not live yet for the public. We are already in process of doing that because I have a background with IT. I have software developers as well. So of course it is the first thing that came to my mind, but got so much involved in making this work first. Somehow it left behind. But of course it is there. I want to schedule it out, and there is this way, and I'm sitting in my office and I have all the networking where my vehicles are and how things are going on there. And I remember Atiya asked this question as well, that will people do the segregation at home and something like that. It is a part of that campaign as well, that in the application we will motivate the people to do it on the daily basis. They can scan it. And again, in Pakistan, if you tell 100 people to do something, like you should be putting organic waste in this bin, dry waste in this bin, and blah blah, and you will have 5 people doing it out of 100. But it is still somewhere. I say that I have to keep telling people. In the end, 5 will be 10, 10 to 20, and eventually it will happen. They will follow. So some people are already doing that. So it's helpful, the app and the awareness campaign.
So like addition to that, like I'm just curious, like the adaptation to the app, like how easy was it for people? Like, did you do any research, like what kind of app will
Sorry.
be easy
So
for
yeah,
them? Yeah.
it's not available for the public yet because
Oh, okay.
I know that, it's not, we are using for the internal management for now. It's not available for the public yet. It's on the to-do list. We for sure will be doing that.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, final question before we end up this segment. So does your project only work? Okay, sorry. This is from Teyaba, if I pronounce that right. So the question goes like, does your project only work in Islamabad, or you aim to expand your project in other cities as well?
Yeah, I'm personally working in Islamabad, but as I told, I have a partner. We are working in different cities of Pakistan. As a matter of fact, while I was doing my thesis, I went to this city called Sakran in the Sindh province. I stayed there for 7 days with the waste workers, observing what they do. And what I had to do there was enable the biometric attendance for all the workers. So I had to meet every single worker, how they were doing. So we were doing the same thing there in the Sakran city. We are doing it we have another city in KPK province, Mardan. We are doing the same thing there. Some of the small projects are going there in Lahore. So we are doing across Pakistan, and the upcoming project that I'm already loving it. It's in the Hunza Valley, the northern of Pakistan, the mountain regions there. So I will be doing work there as well.
Oh, great to know. So with that, I would say what a great session. Thank you to our speaker, Mr. Ali Ahmed Sahi, for your sharing your journey, like vision, expertise, and like talked earlier, there are so many areas to work, and it's not just a business venture, it's a commitment to the betterment of our planet. So keeping that in mind, everyone, the innovative approach which bridges the divide between the waste creator, formal, informal service provider, and also the potential user, addressing all the solid waste management challenges, maybe not everything is possible at one go, but at least, like, you know, step by step is very important, especially in the developing country like Pakistan, also the country I come from, which is Nepal, is very much needed. Great, thank you so much for that. Thank you, Mr. Ali, for your amazing presentation.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Really good to talk to all those people. Good networking here. So yeah.
Okay. So,
Do we
and
have
also,
time? Do we have time, or how? I think we are already ahead.
yeah.
Yeah.
I have, before concluding, I would like to make an announcement that ISWA YPG is currently accepting nomination for the vice chair position, and the nomination is open until 15th December 2023, which is like 8 days away. So if you're an active YPG member, you have a record of commitment, contribution to the community, and full of fresh ideas and perspective, then this is a perfect opportunity for you. So I will also share a flyer in the chat quickly, so that I hope I can share it. Is it okay? Yeah, I hope everyone can see it now. I shared the flyer in the chat. You can download it, and you can also find more information on our website, so go through it. And so what are you waiting for? Send your visionary proposal video to ypg@iswa.org right now or before the deadline. And also, thank you so much for the audience, for your active participation. It was really insightful and very engaging webinar. Please also remember that in the end, we will also bring more career talks webinar at the beginning of the next year. For the December, this was the last session, and yeah, follow and support WeClean Private Limited, and also join our community, subscribe to our newsletter, and also follow us on social media for upcoming webinar and all the events update. If anyone have anything to say, Ms. Hania or Mr. Ali, you said that you asked for some time before the session.
Yeah. if you have some time, I have small video to share.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah.
If you have time.
Yeah, we have 5 minutes to go.
Yeah. So it will take 5 minutes, I guess. Yeah. Let me know if you can see it, and
Yes, we can
hopefully,
see it. Yes.
Not sure you will be able to hear it. If not, let's say, are you able to hear it?
No, we can't hear the audio.
Okay, I can just share the link. It's yeah, and people can watch it later. I can share the
Yes,
link.
please share the link to this, and also like if you have link right there for like WeClean in the LinkedIn, please do share so that our audience can follow you, support your venture, and every one of us only wish you all the luck for addressing the problems out there, and many success in the future. Once again, I'm Pratisha Shrestha, your moderator for today, and thank you for joining us today. We look forward to seeing you all in the next webinar or any other events ISWA will be organizing, and have a very productive and fulfilling day and a wonderful holiday season, because it's December and Christmas is there. So yeah, thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Ciao.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Bye.